Hello everyone from where you are watching from. My name is Joe Prince and this is the Couples Corner. Here we talk about love, we talk about relationships, dating and marriage. Of course, in love we will share about the journey of love, how you started. I believe that you were not born in the same family. So definitely there's a place that you met.
Yes.
So how did you guys meet? And how you came to the point of dating?
If I get that lady who is ready to be married, who is ready to be called a wife, I'm ready to take responsibility as a husband.
From there, we go to relationships, how you related until you came to a point of now courting. And then in courtship, we will talk about how you embraced each other, how you related with each other until you discussed and you came to a point of getting married.
Everything that I listed down, the kind of man that I wanted to marry, which is the one that God gave me.
She said yes. And then from there, we laid down our calendar plan.
And from there now, we will get into marriage. Now this is where the real thing begins. Unajua sasa hapa ni watu wawili wageni wamekuwa wakiishi in different houses and now they've gone to live the same house, wake up every day, sleep together at night, wake up every morning, wanashinda pamoja.
For a start, it used to hurt me because you find the laundry basket is here, the other clothes enter into the laundry basket, then socks, that's a no-go zone. Hazingi, you wonder what was the problem with the socks? Nguo zingine zimeingia kwa laundry basket, the socks were, my friend, karibu ziachwe tu hapo kwa mlango tu hivyo.
Marriage is for mature people because you have entered here, mature man, mature husband, and mature wife. It's not for young boys.
Please make sure you like, make sure you share and subscribe. Thank you so much. Today we are privileged to host one of our friends, a couple that I've known for a while. Na leo wamekuja ili tukawe pamoja nao and I believe that we are ready to hear their story and also pick one or two things about them. Karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
Maybe we will start with an introduction. Nasikiaga ladies first, men before. Sijui sasa nani ataanza introduction.
I can start.
Karibu.
Yes. My name is Felix Mutuku. I'm born again this evening and I thank God and we really appreciate for the time you have given us this chance to come and talk with you and we share more about marriage, love and challenges through relationships and in everything we are doing. So I have come with my sweetheart. We share name. He took my name and she took my name. And that's why we thank God for that indescribable gift He has given us. And as you see, we are here. So I welcome her to share her name and just talk about herself.
Nashukuru kwa hii nafasi. Majina yangu naitwa Faith Mutua. Mutua is my father but I changed to Felix. So I'm Faith Felix. I'm a mother of two. Both are boys. The first born is Ian Mwendwa and the second one is Sean Mwema. I thank God for this opportunity. Welcome to the show.
Wow, thank you so much Felix and Faith. Karibuni sana kwenye show. At least tumeona you guys have been working so hard. When you become a couple, lazima tuone evidence. And the evidence is here.
Sure.
So, yeah. We are ready to go. Sasa, Felix and Faith. You
Yes.
guys, I believe that you were not born in the same family. So definitely there's a place that you met.
Yes.
So how did you guys meet?
That's a very nice question. How we met is my story. Because we met on Sunday. It was around around 12th January. And as we met, me, I come out of the church after the service. I left the service, I went to Kimangu as usual. I went to visit my friend. And after doing what? After visiting my friend, I came back from Kimangu and nikashukia mahali kunaitwa Migwani. Pale Kenya, Migwani, almost to Kenya side. Kushuka hapo mimi nikaingia hapo Migwani AIC. Nikataka kuona my cousin. Nikiona my cousin, that is how niliona my wife to be. Niliona hapo. And then from there, tukatoka hapo, tukakuja restaurant here in town, Machakos. And we talked. After talking, I was interested. After talking for a while, but I did not approach for that first day. We just talked more about with knowing each other more. That was the area. Kwanza kujuana, unaishi wapi, unaitwa nani, unafanya nini. After a while, sasa from there, that is how we met.
So that tells me that you come from Machakos.
Wewe
ni mtu wa Machakos.
Mimi ni wa Machakos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that time ulienda kumeet mrembo, ulikuwa like ulikuwa katika ile harakati ya kutafuta wife ama wewe ulipatana na karembo ukafikiria by the way sinaweza anza kudate? Definitely you are not dating according to your story.
I was not dating.
Yes.
Mimi sikuwa na date mtu. I was free man. The last date I was dating was around 1 year and a half before I come and meet my wife.
Yes.
Now, after we break up, I was just about sick love for around more than 6 months to heal. And then I decided, nikasema kwanza nitakaa hivyo. Nikajipatia mwaka and some years and some months. You nimeacho. Yes, I'm damned.
Okay.
Yes, I'm damned.
Yeah.
So from there when I was healing, I used to pray. And there's something was convincing me. The Holy Spirit was convinced this is time to marry. And my mind was very simple. If I get that lady who is ready to be married, who is ready to be called a wife, I'm ready to take responsibility as a husband.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Faith, umepatana na jamaa. Amekwambia okay, how was just an explanation. How was that first date? Mumepatana, mmeenda kwa restaurant. Kwanza ulikubali aje kwenda kwa restaurant? Ulikuwa mnamjua?
No.
Okay.
I didn't accept, like, I didn't know him, but through the cousin, we were fellowshipping together at AIC. So she accompanied us.
Nice.
She's the one who accompanied us to the restaurant. But when we arrived at the restaurant, she gave us a room to talk.
Oh, jamaa akajielezea.
Yeah.
Okay. So what ni nini ilifanya ukakuwa interested kwake kulingana, because I believe that from that day hata kama probably mnaweza kuwa hamku build something, but at least you talked and you felt this guy is a good guy. What made you think that he can be a good guy?
For one, I was ready to marry. I was feeling that conviction that I'm ready, I can be somebody's wife. So, and the principles that I had written down, one was I want a tall man.
Tall black.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
that height. I just wanted a guy who is taller than me. So that was the first point that I took from him the moment I saw him. because the height ilinibamba. And then when we were talking, the simplicity and the life you see, when you talk to somebody, unaisingi place yenye ametoka, like you've got the same background. I felt the simplicity in his life and mine can be something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sisi watu wafupi sijui tuingie wapi lakini ni sawa. So now you've met, you've talked the first day, and then of course you planned the second day, mkapatana. So ni nini ilifanya ukafeel now we can move this thing to the next level, Felix?
After that confusion, then after, as I said, we socialized, we talked much. Then tukishuka kwa stairs, sasa tukitaka kwenda ndio sasa tuachane, aende kwake na mimi niende kwangu. Sasa ile hapo stairs nisema nipatie namba. Nimuuliza, would you mind if you give me your number? As I said, of course I don't mind. You have my number, akanipatia.
Yes.
Then tukaachana. That hiyo wiki yote we used to talk. Lakini tulikuwa tunaongea mambo ya what God has done. We used to pray, tunasoma neno. Just the Bible, nimesoma hii chapter inasema nini. That is what we used to talk for that whole week.
Wow.
And that whole week, sasa in that whole week nikamwambia, it was Sunday. We met on Sunday jioni. So hiyo Sunday nikamwambia, I want to meet you again. That we can call it the first date. Then we met to another hotel. Kwenda kwa hiyo hoteli, then we talked. Tukakunywa chai and some snack. And then we talked, mimi nikamwambia, this is what I told her. Kulingana venye nimesikia unaongea, you can be a good wife to me. But me Felix, nimekupenda. I love you. But hii maneno naweka kwa hii meza tunakunyia chai. Wewe ndio utadecide utachukua hii maneno ama utaiacha hapa. Na borake sitakuharakisha, lakini isipite more than a month. Because nilikuwa naona time imeenda na I want to be, nataka kuoa. That was all. Tukamaliza chai, tukatoka tukaenda, tukitembea, there was a special peace which was accompanying us. Like as you say in the book of Philippians 4:6, do not be anxious about anything, but in every prayer you make, through supplication, thanksgiving, there is peace of God which surpasses human mind. So after that talk, there was a lot of peace in me and confusion. Na bado sijapata answer, but there was peace and confusion. I was just on waiting, babe.
Wow.
Yeah.
That tells me that you guys are born again, both of you.
Yeah.
And again, there's something that shows, according to your conversation, kuna kitu inanionyesha kwamba it is good to base everything on God, on prayer. Umeongelelea sana mambo ya maombi.
Yeah.
So is it true that these things do work? Like you pray for someone and they come? Is it true? Faith.
I will answer that one.
Yes.
100% true. Because as for me, I'm born in Makueni County and have never loved to be married in my own county. I used to tell God I need a guy from Machakos. I was very much specific. And then everything that I listed down, the kind of man that I wanted to marry, which is the one that God gave me. That prayerful guy, that God-fearing guy, that tall guy. It is the one that God gave you to me.
Wow.
So prayer works. Prayer works. Don't assume.
Wow. So guys, tumeambiwa kwamba it is always good to put God in everything. Felix and Faith, according to them, to their story, wao ni products ya maombi. Whatever they prayed God, He did that. Wow. I'm loving this. So guys, now you've done your mumepatana, mmeongea. Felix, ulipewa answer. Alafu after umepewa answer, what followed after that?
Hapo ndivyo mwanaume anaitangwa first date na lady. Ambiwa now I want to see you. Sasa wewe sasa sio unaitisha date. Hapa ndio sasa mwanamke naye anakuitishanga date.
Wow.
Nakwambia I want to meet you. Tukarudi tena kwa ile hoteli yetu. Tukakuja tulimit around saa 9, if I don't forget. Yeah, ni Sunday. Our date used to be Sunday evening most times.
Wow.
Sunday evening. So nimeitwa date, nikaenda nikaambiwa we talked. And then I don't know whether she said yes, but the things we talked, it seems that was the real thing. Now she has answered. And then after that moment we talked, and then she prayed, akaomba. Ile maombi iliomba kwa hiyo hoteli. Aliomba mpaka tukiomba nikafungua macho nikaangalia kama watu wa hoteli wanatuangalia. Because I used to shangai maombi tumeomba. Imefika 5 minutes plus. Anaomba. Nikajua kuna kitu. At the end tukimaliza event nikakuta watu wamesimama wanatuangalia kama was it really this church or a crusade? But at the end she said yes. And then from there we laid down our calendar plan. As Habakkuk says, he says you need to write your vision. Habakkuk 2:3, write your vision on tablets so that you may keep it and move forward and you follow it. And that's how the journey started now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Then the journey started. Now sasa kila kitu iko sawa. Ushapanga sasa ni mpaka ndoa. Now you started planning. I want to believe that there are challenges that zinakuaga especially kwa kuplan a wedding. And I believe you guys did a wedding. So, what are the challenges that you guys faced during your planning? Kwa hiyo planning ya harusi, katikati ya kuagree na kufika kwa harusi, ndio mseme, now this one is done. So, what are some of the challenges that you guys went through, Faith?
Well, it was a journey. Okay. For one, kenye naweza sema ya kwanza is that like kukubalika na watu. Like maybe there are those people that didn't think that you will ever get married through a wedding ama wewe utaioa kwa harusi. So there was that breaking news to the people, we have a wedding. So you had people to your WhatsApp group. The group is so silent for a day. Good morning, nobody's answering. We suggest for challenges, like you find the response is not that as you expected. So there was that kind of dormancy, but we won it in prayer. The other challenge that we faced was that we were looking for bestie couples, the ones that my husband suggested from the church. They walikata. As we had settled with them. Now we have settled saying that we've got bestie couples. All of a sudden wanatuambia they cannot take it for us.
Did they give reasons? Maybe why?
No, they claimed that they had been best, what are they called? Best man and best lady for so many weddings, so they cannot do it for us. And then financial crisis for them was an issue. So we got into prayer again because we had no other option.
Waliwa turn down kukiwa na time ya kutafuta wengine ama it was almost to the wedding?
No, there was quite a time. Yeah.
Okay.
There was quite a time.
Yes. Wow. And then finally
we prayed. We used to pray for that stuff.
Yes.
So finally, the ones that we call them our parents, we didn't even ask them to be our best mates. We didn't.
Allah.
Our dad just met my husband, and he told him that he can be the best man. Wow. And that is how it came.
Tulipatana tu kwa barabara. Akaniuliza, by the way, mko na best couples? Sisi tuko. It was like that. It happened hivyo. Just on the way I can drive. Mimi nimetembea naenda kwa nyumba akiwa ametoka hiyo side. Alikuwa anakujanga kinyozi somewhere hiyo side nakaa. So anatoka, tumesimama, ambia mpango inaendelea aje. Mko na couples. Ambia wenye tulikuwa wamesimamisha wametufail. Na sasa tu were trusting God. It was around after almost a week kama 2 weeks. Kapata akaniambia, sisi tuko tunaweza wasimamia. Wacha niongee na my wife, then we'll give you feedback. And it was just like that.
Ikakuwa tu hivyo. Ukapata kwanza mwenye ako na gari. That's amazing. That's a good one. Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe before we continue, I would like to take you back and just ask this question. Now, before you started planning, there was that part of introduction. Felix upeleka Faith kwenu. Faith kwenda kusema, how was it? Let's begin with Felix.
After writing our vision down, we ran with the vision.
Yes.
And one thing, tuliandika kila tarehe tukaipea. For example, tukasema Feb tunaenda kwetu to my parents, ukajulikane huko na ujue huko. Waangalia kama unaweza accept huko ama kuna kaaje utakumbali, ama kama unakataa ukataange before tuende kwenu. Then tulikuwa tumeandika another date ya kwenda kwao. And from there tulikuwa tumeandika another date yenye wazazi wangu watatoka kwetu na tuende nao huko kwao, tujuane, na tukijuana tuulize ndoa inafanyangwa aje namna gani huko aje. And after those things tumefanya, ya kwanza ni feast, tulienda kwetu Feb. March tukaenda kwao. On April ndio tukaenda then as wazazi. Tulikuwa na wazazi, mimi nikiwa na wazazi wangu, sasa tukaenda kwao tukajuana, and they gave us what is needed for the ndoa payment. And from there I started about planning for ndoari. And after ndoari, you need to do, if you are doing for pre-wedding, we set for dates for pre-wedding and finally for date for wedding. So kulingana hiyo kalenda yetu venye ilikuwa imeenda, venye tuliandika, we prayed about it, and after praying it tuliona venye ilisha venye tulikuwa tumeandika, na through that tukashukuru Mungu.
Wow. Wali receive aje Faith wazazi wako? Walisema nini? Kwa sababu kuna wengine watu wanaendaga, unaambiwa umetafuta bibi ukaona utuletee huyu mweusi. Like, how did they react?
Wazazi walifurahia. Hata nilikuwa nimeprepare nikawaambia naleta mgeni. So venye tulienda huko, tulikaa na wao, and wakatu-advise, watuambia watatupatia support, watatuombea. They were just happy. Walikuwa happy for the step we are taking.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Faith,
Yeah.
Umefika kwenu, umeenda umeambia wazazi umepata mtu. And then imefika date ya kumleta. How did they receive Felix?
Very warmly. Very warmly. Like, my mom loves visitors. So alichukua hiyo kitu vizuri sana. They were very much welcomed.
Hakukuuliza ako na gari ngapi?
Not really. She didn't. Hata kuniuliza anafanya kazi gani.
As long as amekupendeza.
As long as mimi nimempenda na nimemwambia ndio yeye. Hakuingililia.
Wow. Guys, this is the story of Felix and Faith, and I'm actually loving it. So we realize that wazazi wetu, if you are a parent and you're watching this, please, watoto wakipendana si tunawaacha tu wanapendana na wanaoana. Because kuna kwingine unakuja mtu anakwambia no, tulienda unaulizwa anafanya kazi gani, tukaambiwa kwanza atujengee nyumba ya 5 bedroom ndio tuone kama uko na capacity ya kulea mtoto wetu. Wow. We continue. This is the story of Faith and Felix, and this is the couple's corner. So, sasa imefika siku ya harusi. Tuko kwa harusi sasa. Now, there is that preparation, everything, and the finances, the magari. Unajua sasa harusi za siku hizi lazima kukuwe na preparation yenye, like how simple or how complex was your wedding? Mlikuwa mnataka harusi inakaaje when you guys thought about it and discussed about it? Mlikuwa mnataka harusi yenye gari itatoka, ndege itatoka US. Sijui just siku hizi naona watu wanabebwa na limousine. What was your plan, as in how complex or how simple was your wedding? And why did you decide it to be that way? We can start with you, Felix.
One thing, if you have made your mind, you want to be husband, that is all. The conclusion is, are you mature? Are you ready? Are you ready to become a husband? Likewise to lady. Is she ready? Is she ready to become a wife? So, about the budget, about the wedding, me, I used to say, and this is what I believed, it's not about the finance, it's about God, where God is. When I was approaching faith, in my account I had only 2,000. 2,000.
Mbele na nyuma.
Mbele na nyuma. Na hiyo pesa, venye tulienda kwa introduction, that time, niliitumia ikaisha. So tukirudi, mwenye nilikuwa nimeenda naye ndiye alinilipia fare. So, me about saying the complication of our wedding, it was, we had budget, but me, I used to plan and say, if me, I have only 50,000, for me, I used to say 50,000, yenye mimi naweza afford, mi sioni ya watu. Mungu akileta, akonvince watu walete, ni sawa. Akikosa kuleta, mimi I'll try, anipatie 50, ama akikosa kunipatia, I'll do wedding. Even if hata itakuwa ni Sunday na tuombe, so long as we have blessing, we have at least the blessing of priests and the blessing of parents. That is the best thing you can have. So our budget was very simple. Our budget was around, when we sat down, we were about 400,000. But by the grace of God, we get that money. Now, we did our wedding, a very good wedding. It was very good wedding. We enjoyed, even the people enjoyed. It was really, and it was, the wedding was full of presence of God. That is the one thing, and the experience, which I thank God. The presence of God was there.
Yes.
Was there heavenly.
Wow.
And that is what meant our wedding, very simple. God first, then we follow him. So tulifanya hiyo wedding, even after wedding, even not after wedding, after even honeymoon, in our account we were around 100,000 money.
From 2K to 100,000. Oh, that one was
That was balanced.
Hiyo ni pesa yenye ilibaki.
Ilibaki.
Harusi sasa imeisha.
Na hatukuwa na debt.
Yes.
Na tulilipa kila mtu mmoja kulingana venye tulikuwa agree service providers.
Wow.
Tuliwapatia everything. Even before wedding, tuliwapatia the amount. Unataka deposit ya pesa ngapi? Tunawapatia. Balance, we appointed someone. Tukaweka kwa bahasha zote balance za watu. Wewe mtu akiaform kazi yake vizuri, patie. Mwenye tutapatia tu ni video. Tutampatia balance mpaka atuletee.
Yeah, that
was all. Yeah.
Faith wants to say something about
Yeah, I wanted to add on the material day. Okay, what made our wedding so simple is that, as you can see, as we are not complicated, simple, just simple. We did an artificial decor, and then magari zilikuwa na si chache. Personally, I didn't have any car from Makueni apart from the one that came with my parents. The others, God did his own ways. God did his own things. Magari zilijaa hapo. Hakuna mtu wako ana gari. Like the maids, myself.
Yeah.
Gari hata mimi mwenyewe sijaenda kuiuliza. Neither my husband. I even think of when we were planning for the wedding, namuuliza gari. It was like, mimi naweza tafutiwa Prado. Yeye, Probox kwake iko sawa.
Anata nduthi.
Ai, iko tu sawa. Like,
Hata nilikuwa nasema
bora
anaweza
tu
tembea.
afike chacha, atoke kwa nyumba afike chacha, hata anaweza tembea mguu.
Yeah.
In fact, that is what he used to say. Kama ni kuhaya gari, I don't even remember if we did hire a car.
Okay.
I can't recall. Mungu tu alituletea tu magari. We had cars. And any other thing was just simple, very simple, but legit.
Wow. That's
Our prayer
amazing.
was simple. God, what we need, make it available for us.
Sure.
Wow.
That was our prayer.
That's a good
simple.
story.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
And
Felix.
even
Yes.
the service providers, nobody came to be our service provider. We knew before. Tulikuwa tunaenda tuna approach tu mtu anatuwekea bei ish. Unaambia mtu umepata mtu wa keki 16,000 ako like 16,000 a wedding cake. Yeah.
Mungu akafanya kama
Mungu
yeye.
alituletea watu our way. Hakuna bei yetu ya service providers was above 20,000. No.
And everything was quality.
Everything was lit.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Felix.
Yes.
What can you tell a young man out there who is planning to get married and they feel like history ya dowry juu dating wako sawa siku hizi ku approach dem tu kuongea for them it's easy and now they see the bigger picture after ameingia box what next kwa sababu I tend to believe that young boys nowadays, young men inafika miaka na inapita because they feel like marriage ni kama iko na stress sana kitambo, ujipange vizuri, and that is why tunalea vijana kanisani alafu wanaoa wanapitia ile njia ya kando. What can you tell a young man who wants to get married and they feel like wedding is not my thing?
Very good question. Kitu ya kwanza ile mtihani ngumu, hata wacha kusema before ingia ni kwenda ku approach msichana. Sio wote wako na hiyo confidence. Kuna mtu anataka kuoa lakini hajui ataanza kuanzisha msichana aje. That is a challenge. But if you have confidence, you just say, like me, I used to say, I will approach that lady. Me, I don't care what they say. That is none of my business. Me, one thing, I approach, I say, I love you, and that's all. Unaongeza ile tu kidogo unajua. That's enough. Me, I don't care what watasema. So, from there, from first perspective, hiyo ni first step. Now you are coming to somebody mwenye, he has the lady. Ama he has approached the msichana ameingia box. Ama one thing is the lady ready to be married. Second thing is the man ready to be married. Those are two questions they need to answer. Because from there is when we start relationship and then courtship. And this courtship is the relationship which starts when a man is ready to become husband and lady is ready to become a wife. So from there, somebody is saying about finance, somebody is saying my parents, that is not a big deal. One thing, the first thing you can do, if you have a lady or you already now, I'm talking to somebody who has started the relationship. First approach, you need to see your spiritual, as a spiritual father, or a pastor, a priest, mwenye yako, then he pray for you and they give you guidance about this. A simple thing I used to say, even if sitapata pesa ya wedding, mimi nitaenda mahali kuna kasisi and I make sure parents wa msichana wanajua naoa na wazazi wangu wanajua pia naoa. So anaolewa na mimi naoa. Those three people are important. So ukiwaambia the step sasa utachukua hata kama una pesa ukiombewa, it's not about wedding thing, is about the wedding ama event hiyo day. It's something yenye imeletwa tu na somebody yenye imeletwa na wazungu. It's something we can say is an event because inaisha. But what you are entering is marriage. Marriage is what is important than the event. Because event ni ya siku moja na inaisha. Unaweza kuwa una pesa, but the best thing, you trust in God for provision. Because ukianza na yeye, lakini kama hukuanza na yeye, shida ya hii ni kuanza kama una yeye. Juu kama uliingiza msichana box na hukuminvolve, and now unataka kumuingiza, haitawezekana. Haitawezekana. So ukianza na Mungu, I believe there is provision for God.
Sure.
Mpaka umalize hiyo wedding. So if God is there, alianza hapa kwa direct kwa somebody, you approach, amekubali. The money is going to be available for the wedding. That's enough.
Wow.
And you are going to enjoy marriage.
Wow.
Yeah.
I tend to understand that as long as, according to you, as long as involve wazazi na your spiritual authority, ama pastor, ama father, there is no difference between that na ile yenye watu wamejazana kwa kanisa. Like, that's what I tend to understand.
That is what, to our culture, ama in the world we are living, that is what the word it says.
Yeah.
That's all. But biblical, if you can go biblically, the Bible says it is not good for man to be alone.
Yeah.
So, why are you married? I'm marrying for companionship. Because of that loneliness. Unataka kutoa that loneliness. And then unatimiza maandiko ya Mungu. So, when you are married for companionship. Then, if companionship, hao watu wanakuja siku ya harusi. Harusi ikiisha kila mtu anaenda kwao. Mnaacha mkiwa wangapi? So, maandiko inatimia, a man shall cleave his father, and then ataacha wazazi, then yaunganike na bibi yake wakuwe kitu moja. They are not going to be ashamed. Wow. Then family inaanza. So family is about a husband and a wife, not about the community.
Yes.
Now something you start. Then we start from there. Then you go for procreation. Then mnakuwa community.
Mnaenda kujaza dunia.
Mnajaza dunia.
Wow.
Mnatimiza
thank you for that. Faith,
Yes.
kuna dema ako pale anakuwatch. Na anajiuliza, now this person has come, hana hata job, ni ya kubambanya, probably analipo 300 per day and such stuff. How do you, and na amempenda according to vile wewe ulituambia amempenda. Felix ametuambia alikuwa na 2k kwa account. Kuna dema ako tu pale anajaribu kuona how can I get married? How can I do a wedding when the men that are coming to me or they are approaching me kuna venye hawako well up? How do you advise such a person?
Okay, I will not address a lady that is looking at me first, but I will address a young man who is preparing to marry. Like, you want to marry. You want to marry. What is this that you have? What is this that you want? What kind of a lady are you looking for? You don't just sleep, wake up, unaenda kwa Facebook page, you look at the beautiful guys there, girls there, and you start approaching them. No. And I heard of what the world is saying, mnatafuta pesa. What are you looking the money for? Mnatafuta pesa ya kufanya nini? Marriage is not all about money. My husband had 2,000. 2,000 ni kiatu tu hapa sokoni, and that's that. It cannot feed a family. It can to some extent. Juu kama hamuna, that's a good man to start. Yeah. But uko pale unasema utaki kuoa saa hii, unatafuta pesa. Ya kufanya nini? So, you should first get this person who is ready to get married. Then now you can kwenda kutafuta pesa ndio ujue nikipata dhao. Hii si tuko na pre-wedding. Hii ni ya pledge, unalipa pledge. Nimepata 500. Hii tunaweza enda Nairobi to book gown, kiatu, uanze kulipa tu mdogo like upate ukipata pesa yako we kama mwanaume unataka kuoa, you know what you are doing with your money. Not just saying natafuta pesa. To do what? You don't have a family. What is the money for? So have that person who is ready to get married. Then now you can go ahead with the guide of God to look for money, and it will come.
Wow.
So don't hesitate to marry in the name of hauna do, unatafuta do. No. Tell God to guide you to the lady that you want, the character of a lady that you want. Then now you can go and look for money. Okay, I come to you guys, girls, ladies. Oh, marriage is a good thing. It is not the way you had your mothers, or maybe you had an experience of your auntie or your friend who is experiencing a lot in the marriage. Marriage is how you make it to happen. And for us ladies, we participate more, whether to build it or to destroy it. The Bible says that a wise woman builds his own home. The stupid one, I don't know what the Bible quotes it, but nasema ule mwerevu anajenga nyumba yake kwa mikono yake mwenyewe. Ule mpumbavu anaibomoa. Kwa nini hawajaongelelea mwanaume? Wamesema mwanamke. So you as a lady, the first thing, if you are planning to get married, pray for direction. People will come your way. Maybe they will come your way because you've got a nice job. They are seeing the money, not you. Maybe they are coming to you because you are beautiful. They don't need you to get in their marriage. They have seen your beauty. And if you are reckless, my friend, you will get lost. So pray for direction and pray for God to intervene in men will come. Watakuapproach wengi, hata wazee wenyewe watakuja. It's up to you. If you have the spirit of God in you, atakwambia this is the right way, go my daughter. This is not the right way, don't go there my daughter.